Okay. So I'm very pleased to finally present Sushmita Jain, our next guest in our coaching and consulting business growth community podcast, which will be soon available on our brand new YouTube channel. So it will be available in many places for you to watch. And first of all, to present Sushmita, she's an extraordinary business strategist, a person we meet online in Facebook several months ago, probably even close to a year. And I saw her exponential growth and improving over time. So I can say that the progress you are having last couple of months is really insane. And you are specializing in community management, brand awareness, and many other things that are related to proper online marketing with community of raving fans. With that said, I'm inviting you to present yourself and to share more about what you are doing.
So, hello everyone. This is me, Sushmita Jain. Just like I had been introduced a few moments ago, and so I am someone who comes, from the background where I actually moved and started the transition from being a researcher. So I was into the research industry where I even had my first thesis released, and it was about my research on breast cancer. And then from there,
Oh,
eight
yeah.
years ago,
So
yes,
maybe
so
you have the similar background as me because I'm a molecular biologist in background.
awesome. Awesome. I'm a biotechnologist. So
Yeah.
I finished my engineering and then I applied for,
Mhm.
research background jobs and stuff. And then I got one in Just and Research Institute, I think around half an hour from where I used to study. But I
Yeah.
used to stay something around 3.5 hours away from there. So every day back and forth traveling, but then that's not an issue. But we used to work, do research, but then I was not having that passion. I love science, but then I'm not
Mm.
passionate about it. That's where I discovered the difference between you loving something and you totally being passionate towards something. So
Yeah.
even when I was researching and working on my project for the breast cancer research, which we were working on, and definitely it did help and has been helping even till date for the people who are, actually going through breast cancer and stuff. But I was more curious, and even during my break hours, when I used to get break, when we were having lunch or coffee, stuff like that, I would go to the library and access the internet because we used to get Wi-Fi and stuff on my laptop related to marketing, business strategy, and brand awareness. So imagine, it was like a dual life where I'm a researcher, whereas I want to be a marketer too. And
Very
then when
interesting because I have a very similar path in life. I'm also very passionate about science, but at the same time, I found this passion to online world very early in my life, and for many years uh, I moved to both fields together. I was a scientist, and at the same time, in my free time, I was doing
See, maybe
online
that's the
business.
reason why. That's the reason why we connected so well because we slightly are from the similar backgrounds and we have gone through, kind of similar transitions because
Yeah, I
while
didn't
I
know that, but
have,
it
yeah,
fits quite
because
well.
I
So
know.
I'm happy
So
that I'm not the only scientist turned into
I
online
think my
professional.
parents would be happy to know that even I'm not the only scientist who has done something like that because they're still mad at me because I gave up a really promising, amazing career, which was really safer to be somewhere I am. My mom still says to me, even last year, or no, even not last year, few months ago when I visited my mom And she was like, so how's your work going? And I'm like, yeah, it's going well. I'm looking forward to grow it and stuff like that. And she's like, you've grown it so much as far as I know, and still you're looking forward to grow it. Why don't you rather be safe, do your job, enjoy your life, after work, go out, hang out with your friends and stuff. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm managing, I'm loving it, it's more fun. And how much ever I grow, there's always gonna be some scope for growth. So the moment or the day I think we think that okay, there's nothing left anymore further to grow, that day I think our journey would
Yeah,
end
I
because
totally understand you. You
yeah,
love the challenge of being every single day challenged by the online space and the dynamic because
yeah,
science is totally different kind of challenges. There are also difficult things, but there everything is moving so slowly, and actually you can have no progress in months and and at the end, if you want to have a real dynamic, that's something that attracted me as well to the online space because
yeah,
here everything depends on your own personality. In science, it's not the same. In science, you depend on many other
yeah.
people. And
It depends upon actually, if we are pipetting stuff out in the exact quantities we want them to, as per the results, which other people have got before. Because, like, I'm sure you, because you are from the science background as well, our experiments used to take even stuff like Western blotting and all of these, they used to take days. Okay, if you can hear this is recording, maybe you need to edit it slightly, but if you can hear some sound in the background. These are crackers right now because we had Diwali happening. So, enjoy the vibe, guys. This is just the Diwali vibe from India, which you guys are enjoying right now. So, coming back to what I was saying, it's all about the growth and, like you said, the dynamics of the online world. So, what we are on the daily basis actually going through or experiencing is the changes not just about the of the platform but the way even our audiences are changing and experiencing different stuff around them. So even our audience actually just keeps on coming across a certain type of people with a certain I don't know, with a certain psychology or a certain strategy that they use to persuade people maybe in the wrong way. Because even when in business, there are people who are doing it the right way, there are people who are doing it the wrong way. There's no right and wrong, to be really true, because the person who's doing it, for them that's the right way and they would go further in that exact way
yeah,
possible.
there are multiple ways of doing
Exactly.
one and the
So
same thing, and psychology is
it's
probably
like,
the biggest
yeah,
part
it's
of
like
the puzzle.
it's like when you go and try something on Photoshop, right? Now, I know, I think around four people who use Photoshop, and everyone has different techniques, the ways they would do something same using the same app Photoshop. Similarly, it goes with growing audience. Similarly, it goes with, maybe building your brand awareness, maybe when it comes to boosting your profits. I would have my own strategies as a business mentor. Someone else would have their own strategies. So there's no right and wrong. When I see people, actually pointing each other out that this is wrong, the way you're doing it, that's right, it's nothing like that. It's all
Yeah.
about what is working for you. And if it is working for you, then
Yeah,
try and
I'm also
yeah,
very making fun of these online gurus that are telling that you have to do things in very specific, proper way that they think is right. But there are multiple ways you can move your business online, and the more you are open, the better are the chances you will find the right way. And I think you by experience you found your right way to move your business, and you are doing it quite successfully right now. But
thank
this is probably not following some online expert, but doing it on your own terms.
it's like, look around and see what you are actually getting inclined towards or what connects with your own values. Test it out. If it works, amazing. If it's not working, maybe repackage it, or maybe just, try and bring more of yourself in what you were trying it out, and then present it. Like, for example, when I initially started blogging, I was getting great results. But then I slowly, because I wanted to try video as well, I slowly moved towards video. So I started with live video, then I moved towards offline video, then I slowly started trying even YouTube as well. So now for the next year, which is 2019, I'm actually gonna combine all of these. I'm gonna utilize my blog, I'm gonna utilize my YouTube channel, I'm gonna keep on creating live videos, I'm gonna keep on creating offline videos for Facebook, for LinkedIn, and then all of these together are going to actually package and build my own community, which is, some people call it Team Sush, some people call it Team Sushinator. They have their own names for what they want to be called as when they are associated with me. And that's their perception of they being connected with me. It's not that, I tell them that you call yourself this, and that's what is fascinating. Look at other amazing brands across social media, influencers. Look at other amazing coaches, or maybe look at other celebrities who were created because of social media. People hate Justin Bieber, but the point is, he is Justin Bieber today because he started with a platform at that point of time most people were not even least interested in, which is YouTube. He started with uploading his videos over there. His mom used to just randomly upload his videos singing on the platform. That's how he started. With people
Actually,
like,
social media is changing many things in today's world. And
yes,
most of the successes in 21st century are created by proper engineering the social media presence of the given person. And the most successful people today cannot hide because they will not have the same influence. And
yep,
I see that you find something very unique that I am also founding by myself, that to be the most successful, you have to engineer your online presence not only in one specific platform, but to be able to be discovered by people in many different places and
yeah.
be interconnected. So people who found you something can jump on between different platforms and see that you are everywhere, or at least at the most dynamic platforms.
Yeah,
And,
people
and can,
sometimes, when I have this conversation, that I have this concept called as connecting the dots. I don't, because I see people doing, and I don't know, but doing this shit, strategy, which is that create a post and share it across all the platforms, and that's it. Your work is done. That's being lazy. You know, if I create a post, which is a Black Friday offer post, and I post it on Facebook, I post it on LinkedIn, I post it on Instagram, I actually go and even share it out on Twitter, that makes no sense, because each platform has its own different style. Look at the way posts are written on Facebook. They're entirely different from the way even the definition for a post is for platforms. LinkedIn has 1,300 characters. Facebook, we can go as long as we want. We can switch between notes, we can switch between lists, we can switch between posts. Tweets, we
yeah,
have a certain limited characters. So why go with the same post being copy pasted? Bring your personality out, because when we are having conversations, one same line, one same topic, try to do it live 4 times. You won't be able to say the same things. You will say something or the other in a different
yeah.
way, and
That's
that's
something
how
very
people are.
interesting and very nice idea to talk the same things, but different times. And every time you do it, it's slightly different. And this way you can spread it to multiple platforms. But
Yep.
I'm very curious and would like to ask you how you are so productive. Probably one of the most productive people in my
No,
circle.
sometimes even I hit the loop. Like for example, in the past around 1 month, we had a lot many things happening here. So like I had a lot many festivals and stuff. So even I had to take my back seat in. But mostly, what keeps me on track is that I look forward to have a schedule. So whether it's me being categorizing how I'm gonna create my to-do list, I look forward to have different kinds of to-do lists. So I would have a plan for the year, then I would divide it further into a 3 month plan. Then I would divide it further into a monthly plan and then weekly plans. So when I'm dividing it further, it helps me keep track of what has been done. And if it has not been completed yet, then I start, reassessing my already created to-do list so I can keep up with what I had as a strategy in mind. Plus, every weekend, what I do is I reassess what I posted. I reassess my conversations with my audience, with, maybe the comments I replied back to, or few messages I had with some or the other person. And if it gives me some inspiration to maybe something which I would love to try out, whether it's maybe a masterclass, whether it's maybe me trying out, to have some, I don't know, conversations related to certain topics on my Facebook profile or something. All of these things help me out to, reassess
Yeah.
what people want from my audience, and that way I get it out. Even when it comes to be having conversations, I say from time to time on social media that it's not that for crazy engagement you always have to do something crazy. Listen to your audience, give them the quality what they want, and they would engage back.
So
It's
you
not
are
that.
keeping close track of all your work and you are checking engagement,
Yes,
RSS, finding
yes.
inspiration for the posts that are most engaging. So
Yep.
it's
I
all
literally even have a
wonderful.
calendar created for myself, and I make the same thing to be worked out for my clients as well. So when they start reassessing, it even gives them ideas, and then they are like, okay, before working with you, we used to literally sit and think, what am I supposed to write for my audience for? But now we don't need to do that because now we know what our audience wants and we can write about it. Because most of the time when people come to me, the biggest question they have is, how am I supposed to create so much content? I don't know what I'm supposed to write. I can teach things, I can coach things, I can, go on calls with people, but I don't know what I'm supposed to write. And then I make them understand this simple fact. Initially, the first time they are like, that's a lot of work, Sush. And I'm like, but this work, when you do, is gonna lay the foundation to how consistent you would be on social media, so that you would slowly, and when it comes to even people saying, getting leads from social media, leads won't come like as if you're not even doing anything and you're just sitting by, I don't know, maybe think of yourself as a fisherman, right? You are or on your amazing boat, and you're sitting on the boat and you're waiting for fish, and then what do you think, the fish is going to hop directly on your boat and then you would have it as dinner? No, you literally have to go properly, do stuff. You need to go and hook things up, or you need to go with your net. You need to have everything prepped up so you would start getting those fishes, whether you're fishing them
Actually,
yourself.
there are two different things. Engagement and leads are not totally one and the same.
No,
And
they are not same. I have
the
actually
leads
come to a
follow
certain.
engagement, but you have to have different strategies in place for both of them.
Just a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying that when it comes to leads, it's really surprising. 99% of people who engage with your content usually won't actually become your clients, because clients are those, most of the people for me are those, either after they become my clients they start engaging, or they are people who would start messaging me and having conversations with me because they are looking forward to work with me. So they won't actually engage with my content. They would engage with me either after they start working with me, or they would engage with me via messages. So you would be really, surprised that most of the people who are engaging with me on social media on my posts are not my clients.
Yeah, I also realized this earlier that people that are most engaging are not often the people with the biggest problems that have to be solved, and most of the time clients contact you directly, and they are just consuming your content but not interacting.
But
The
then
most
that works well for us because, like you said, these are two different metrics. You and sometimes people say likes don't matter, comments don't matter, but the point is, if you are not interested in likes or in comments, why are you posting it on social media, right?
Yeah, actually, this is
Because
a way that you are boosting your content, and you are talking a lot that for different strategies
exactly.
how to
and
beat the
and
algorithms, how to
plus,
reach more people.
like we were having, a point few moments ago, your engagement, like you said, firstly boosts your content. Secondly, it gives you ideas what you want to create further. And third, what happens is when you are having an engaged conversation, it is not just reaching the right people, but it is also letting you know whether your message is being conveyed towards people or not, whether it's triggering the people who are reading it or not. Because if it's not triggering people, if it's not actually getting them that urge of, oh my goodness, I want to comment, oh my goodness, I want to like this post, then you're not actually delivering the message. Because
Yeah.
we all know our attention span as humans is even less than a goldfish now. I think it's just around 7 seconds. In 7 seconds, if you can
Yeah.
catch someone's attention, you win. Or else, yeah, they are somewhere else checking out something other on social media, and that's what actually, they're looking forward to read at that moment. So you
When
just have
you
sent.
have the attention of this specific person, it gets more and more attracted. So you have more of uh, his time actually.
Yep,
If
yep.
you catch it at this first interaction.
And sometimes it's even like, once you grab their attention, you also need to keep them connected with the hook. Because I have, and I'm sure even you must have, there are so many posts, whether on Facebook, whether on amazing big publications, where you go with a certain expectation via the headline that they've started the post with, and then they actually start failing your expectation and you just leave midway because you were expecting certain, engagement level or certain charisma or a certain, I don't know, certain connection with that post, but then it fails to, maybe take you to that level, and you just leave it halfway. So it's that you need to keep it maintained. It never should be a monotone post
You
like
can't
left
be good
videos.
only on one step. You have to be great at all different steps towards
Yep.
converting
Yeah.
people into ready
Because if
clients.
you will go monotone, like on videos, imagine videos who are really monotone and you're like, okay, I'm feeling sleepy. This is not something that I would listen, so you just leave. Similarly, it goes with written posts. If a post is monotone, it's not actually, exciting them up. It's not that, okay, I want to read further what's happening next. Our posts are like, short stories. People should be looking forward to see what's next, because it's our life story which we are sharing in some way or the other via social media. It's not that it's exactly a story, but it's we sharing our experiences in some way or the other. It's we sharing our opinions in some way or the other. So that is what we are, our personality is. And if our personality can hook people in, then that's how they would trust us. And that's how in the coming time, they would even buy from us. We even have, even you must have come across this, people sometimes literally first lurk you for 7 to 8 months. Then they start engaging. Then they actually engage with you sometimes for, say, I don't know, 1 month or 2 months, and then they would actually start having conversations with you via message, and then maybe they would become your client, or something like that, or they would refer someone who they know who would benefit from your service. So there are different kinds of people on
Yeah,
social
very
media.
often we can get business from referrals.
Yep.
Even if somebody is never becoming our friends, it can be very valuable as a person who will
I love
share the message of
conversations. Yep.
what
I
we do.
mean, like you said, I'm present on different platforms, right? So it's not that I have my audience on just one platform. My number 40K, I think around 1 year ago, I was someone who was no one. People did not know me at all. But in 1 year, based on the content, the videos, the conversations, I'm someone who has more than 40K people connected. But when you see my certain social media profile, I mean, look at my Instagram, it's just 10K plus. So no one would think that I have 40K people connected with me. My Facebook profile has 3K people following me, somewhat similar number of people connected with me on my profile, 4K people on my page. So these are different numbers on different platforms, and they're choosing to connect with me on different platforms. Now, if you compound them together, it's a big number. But
Yeah, actually,
all of
quite
those,
quite a lot of people
yeah,
are
but all
following.
of them are not my clients, and I'm grateful to all of them who are connected, and I'm looking forward to connect with more. And I know I won't have 40K clients. I mean, imagine that number, 40K people as your clients. Can you even think about it at a moment having 40K people working with you? Maybe sometime from now, as a certain mastermind or something, that is totally different. But if you think about it, your audience is your audience. They love you, we have,
Yeah.
I look at it in two different ways. Your audience are people who are looking forward to love you as your personality, and there are some who just are looking forward to some point in their life become someone like you,
Hmm.
whereas other people are serious people who are
Actually,
looking
this
forward
is
to absorb,
yeah.
learn, and implement it. And then there are action takers who are actually going to take it into account and work it out. And then there are clients. So there are different kinds of people connected
Hmm.
with you in your audience.
Actually, this is a very important attitude when you approach all these people as your friends, as people that you care about. That's where all your online communities thriving and starting to get more and more attention on what you are saying. I see many people are not so focused on their communities because they think that this is only numbers of people where they should chase leads. And
Yep.
actually, this is totally wrong approach because
It,
you are
it
not
is.
there to chase leads. You are there to grow and engage your community and make it more
I
aware
know.
and more
That's
likely.
why when I talk about communities, I always say your communities are not your paying clients. Even from your entire lot of paying clients, there are going to be some clients who you are really connected with, and some clients who are you're connected with just from the surface level, who you work with. That's how your connection with them is. Even with your clients, you have different connection points. Similarly, with your audience, it goes as well. But your community is, a combination of all of these different kinds of people and you celebrating them being part of your life, because once you start celebrating that, it takes a totally different dynamic, and you love those fun conversations, you love the conversations happening in the comments, you love those conversations happening sometimes via messenger. Sometimes you, when you do upload stories on Instagram, there are gonna be a, crazy amounts of replies on Instagram. It's difficult to keep up with them, but
Yeah.
then when you reply them, when you have that time someday and you just pick up your phone and you reply few of them, and then they're like, oh my goodness, you replied to my message and that was so sweet of you. For you it's like, yeah, I got time, I replied. For them it's something which is really special, because you cherish them being part of your life. And that is something which we should always do, whether it's replying back and giving them the engagement on messages as much as you can, or replying back them back on comments, or any way.
Yeah.
Always
So,
look forward to give back.
your main strategy is to be everywhere and interact with your fans in all different platforms. Do you have a specific hub where you send this info, or you are simply everywhere and interacting?
No, I have a hook. So what
Yeah,
I
your
have is
community.
that, yes, so I plan, and my aim is to actually pull everyone in who are looking forward to be connected with me the most, and to the deepest level possible, is in my Facebook group, which you are part of as well. So that's my hook, the Facebook group, where I look forward to teach people even how they could build and scale their own communities. That's where I want people to pull it. But then yes, I'm present everywhere as much as I can. Like, I am even planning slightly and working my ass off when it comes to trying to being present on different publications. So right now I'm working on that aspect. So I am on Medium, which is very easy to be
Yeah,
present
I
on.
found
So
that
I'm,
you applied for a Thrive contribute,
yeah,
and this
yeah,
is
so
something
i'm
very
i'm
exciting.
already posting. I have my first article out on Thrive. The second I am gonna apply for again. Then I am trying for few other publications so that I could go up the ladder on the big publications, which are the big names as well. So it's all amazing. But yes, when all of these people meet, I want them to pull them in the Facebook group, where all these different personalities would not just meet with me, but with each other as well. Because for me, it's not just about the community engaging with me, but I want them to engage with each other, learn from each other as well, because
Yeah.
then it becomes much, much more fun and even more engaging and amazing.
Yeah, actually, I also have this same goal to make my community interactive and to engage the people to start talking with each other. When I succeed in this, then there will be some kind of self-sustainability of the community, and this is very exciting thing if you see this thing happen, and it can accelerate further your success. But actually, you are even much better than me in being present in all these different platforms. Actually, my goal at the moment is just to attract and funnel people inside my community and put my main efforts there. But this is not the best strategy. If you have the time and resources, it's much better to be everywhere like you.
So I'll give you a suggestion now. So for now, what platforms are you focusing on when it comes to being present?
Yeah, actually, I'm focusing mostly on my Facebook community, and
Yeah.
as well my personal Facebook profile, which is the point where I'm connecting with the people. Of course, I have in mind these future plans for Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, which will all combine. This is part of our strategy to interrelate these platforms. But
I love it.
You are a
I
step
love it.
ahead, and I'm
I
very,
love it because
very
there
pleased
are
to see
not
it.
many people, there are not many people who want to interlink platforms. When I say even this to my mentor, that I want to teach people how they can interlink their audience between different platforms. So it's not that they're just connected on one platform with them. Like I still sometimes do, but not as much as I used to do it. I used to do scopes on Periscope every day, at least half an hour or 1 hour. I used to be live over there. From there, I actually had them join my Facebook group. I had them connect with me on LinkedIn. People say there are trolls on Periscope. They literally say to me, "How did you survive on Periscope?" In 4 months, I was there. I started 8 months ago, around slightly. I was on the platform totally for 8 months. In 4 months, I actually started understanding the platform, and I went from a newbie on Periscope to having the highest VIP badge that they offer for people who are really, doing offering value and stuff like that. So in that 4 months, I did that. But then people say it's all trolls. People are not serious on Periscope. I got clients from Periscope because I
That's very
delivered
interesting.
value.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah,
I
but
never tested Periscope, but I know a girl, probably you know her as well, Katya. She
yes.
skyrocketed her business exactly starting from Periscope. But I don't know this platform at all. I have to be honest. But
Yeah.
as you said, every platform give you different available audience. That is
Even
sometimes it can
even
be.
Des, you
Yeah,
know Des, right? Des Dobriava.
yeah, of course, yeah. she's
Yes. So even
she's
both of
everywhere.
them, so Katya and Des, both of them were on Periscope. They
Yeah,
started from there, and that's how they grew it. Because even
yeah,
I got to know about Periscope via Des. So she told me about Periscope. She was like, "You should try it out. You'd love it." And she was totally right about it. I loved it. I got some clients from there. I got a lot many people on my audience who are right now from Periscope as well. So it's all about trying it out, and they all interconnected with me on different platforms as well. So I have them connected with me on Periscope, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, in my Facebook group. So, and they're following me on my Facebook profile and on my page. So just from one connection point, which is Periscope, they chose to connect with me at different other places
yeah.
because they got to know me, my value, my personality. So it's
Yeah, actually,
all
most
about
people,
playing it well.
yeah, most people don't stay at one place, and when they are hooked to you, they start to search actively for you on different places. For example, if I'm using my mobile phone, I'm not going to Facebook. I'm just checking Instagram.
Yeah.
If I'm on my PC or laptop, I prefer Facebook.
Okay. Just a sec. I'm getting a call,
Okay,
which I'll have to
I
receive.
can pause if you
Sorry.
want.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friends have reached, and they are the one who calling me constantly to, they're like, "Okay, so how much, what time?" and this and that. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come. Just wait some time just downstairs.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, what were we talking about?
uh, actually, we were talking about Periscope, different platforms, but I think we talked a lot about this interconnection and things. Can you share something more about your personal life, how you are living, where you are living, how you are getting rest, what are your activities outside of the online world? Something
Yes, sure.
on
So it's
this.
like I am in Mumbai. Have you heard of Mumbai, Bollywood, all of these bits?
Yeah, of course. Even I have watched few films. They are not my best, but I like them because they are so funny.
Which ones?
Some films I can't remember exactly the name. For
Okay.
example, the how to say the millionaire uh, from this
Okay,
game.
never mind.
Yeah. But they're very funny, actually, quite different from Hollywood production.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah,
our European culture, they are slightly more exaggerating everything, music exaggerating all the interactions between people. You will be surprised, but on our Prime TV, very often they are movies, Indian movies, which are many series, and some people like them to watch.
nice.
They have nothing.
Nice.
Nothing.
I'm glad to know that we have reached, on that part of the,
Yeah, you have. As well,
because
I have some scientific collaboration with Indian scientists in the past.
nice,
My supervisor was in India, but
nice,
yeah, actually,
awesome.
I'm quite surprised. Also, I have a lot of friends who are Indian people from your country. You are probably the the third biggest nation in the world at the
Yes,
moment,
we
or
are.
second actually,
I think we are second. Yeah, I think we
after
are
the
second.
Chinese.
Yep. So it's like, I come from this city, which is the Bollywood city, like we say it. And it's also the financial capital of India. And I've been born and brought up here. So this is a really fast paced city. We've been, used since our childhood to be really, quick and this and that. And plus, when it comes to, like I said, initially, I've transitioned from being a researcher to first, I started as a freelance marketer. Then I
Yeah.
learned new things, because I knew that just diving in with really big projects might be difficult. So I started with freelancing. Then I slowly took it towards business strategy while I was learning things, absorbing, getting experience and stuff. And then I took it further to where I am now as a business mentor. So that's how the journey has gone. And apart from work, I love traveling more. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm working and setting up systems so I can take my business to that digital nomad level where I would
Yeah.
travel. I would do, work while maybe I'm doing some corporate gigs or out for some, I don't know, speaking gigs and stuff like that. And while I'm doing that, coach people, take it towards they actually skyrocketing their businesses. And the most what I love is I love trying, different things out. So like I was I was a person who does create art and stuff. So I don't do it much now, but I used to do paintings. I've done charcoal painting. I've done, all those amazing canvas paintings and stuff like that. I have it even at my
I
mom's
actually saw
place.
one of this your painting with scents that you are spreading
I've
different
been
color
doing
scents.
that. I think I was in my sixth or seventh grade when I started doing that for the first
And
time.
I know this is very special for India. It's never other place in the world
Yeah,
doing such kind of art.
yep, we
Yeah.
do it. My mom does it every day, actually. She does it every day. She won't do it that huge, on that huge scale, because on that huge scale, we do it only when we have that festival we just went, which was Diwali. But usually, she would just do, say, maybe I don't know, a 4 by 4 square size one, which is a really simple one, but she would do it every single day. So that's how I got exposed to it, to try it out, because she used to do it every morning when we would wake up and I would be going to my school and stuff. She would be actually doing that in the morning, and then during the festivals, I started trying it out. From then till now, it has been a journey. And apart from that, I even love cooking. I love trying out or creating my own recipes, because for me cooking is like therapy. When you are, trying something out and it turns out and it becomes, in the end you get an amazing delicious end product. Oh my goodness, that is so amazing. So these are different, I
It
don't
is
know,
very nice
different
that
variations of me.
you have some artistic activities that help you to relax from the business life. Actually,
Yep.
I also
I
like
love going
cooking
out in nature,
events.
just like you like going out in nature. I would
Yeah,
love visiting directly to the beaches, be by the sea, listen to the amazing sea waves, or be maybe in the woods. But it should be something related to the music, related to nature. Like in
yeah,
the woods, you have the amazing birds and stuff like that. Near the sea, you have the
yeah.
amazing sea waves, because that is so relaxing. You sit there for hours, you read, you have conversation with your friends. Time flies, you won't even realize how much time you've been
Yeah,
there.
actually,
And
all kind of connections with the nature are
uh,
absolutely awesome. And actually, I even have some ideas to start doing some videos directly in the nature, and this is
you
something
should
I
do
will
that.
test in the future because people always feel and connect much better when they interact with nature, even in video form. But if you are in reality nature, it can make change your life entirely.
Yep. In my I don't know, but I think maybe in 1 year from now or something like that, even I plan to start with, amazing retreats and stuff, which would be in amazing exotic locations. I would start with India because that's my roots, and then maybe I would take it further towards location across the world. But the first retreat for sure, which I would host, would be near my roots, which is India, because there is
Yeah.
so much which I would love to share with you guys who are connected with me across the world. Because I I literally have, I think, around 4 to 5 amazing locations in my mind where I could host retreats and people would love it. Because first, it would be amazing value, and second, it would be amazing, exotic, relaxing locations where you
Are
get
you
to get
are you
away.
planning to be the organizer of such events or to
Awesome.
participate together with other speakers? Because I
Awesome.
think this is a very nice activity and also a great business opportunity if you can organize, manage, attract people, and actually do live events. This is something
It
that is
is.
very fun, and at the same time, this is
Yeah,
rewarding
because
practice.
when connections develop on social media, it's great. But when you meet one on one in person, it takes it to another level. It is another level. In the starting of this year, I did few amazing workshops, and I have done some amazing workshops prior as well. After that, I did not actually get that much time to host workshops and stuff, but I would be slowly getting back towards hosting workshops, for people and getting them on and, teaching them stuff and everything, because it's a totally different dynamic, and you not only get to understand people, you also get to even connect with them much more, which takes it to, another zen mode when you're working, because then
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
much more fun.
Actually, the emotional energy of connecting with other like-minded people is the most powerful energy and effect into your own business. Actually, we are not learning as much from our coaches and gurus as information. We are learning as emotional power to do different things, and the moment we realized this, we became much more powerful because we know what to search for. Actually,
Yep.
I'm searching more motivation from my coaches, not just some small practical strategies. I can invent these strategies on my own, but I can't get this energy just sitting without interacting with other highly elevated people. And this is something great if you can do it in person.
Yep.
Actually, I even regret that some great people have been here in Bulgaria a few years ago, but at this moment I was not interested or not prepared to meet with them. And now I'm really excited. If such opportunities appear, I'll definitely jump on.
Yep,
And
yep.
someday, this also will be my goal to organize here in Bulgaria some event because
Yep.
I even have to talk with Des because I'm sure that she will also be interested. We have
I
amazing
am sure she would be,
nature
because
places.
she has plans where in the coming time she would actually, come and look forward to give back to the country where she has her roots, because we
Yeah,
had once a conversation around that with her. So yes, I'm definitely sure she would be interested in that one too.
yeah, absolutely. So,
Awesome.
to not take you a lot of your time because I know you are quite busy person, and I am
It's fine.
actually
I'm
very,
loving the conversation because we're having a really amazing flow. So I'm just having
yeah,
fun right now.
yeah, it's fantastic, and I'm very thankful that we had this time to talk together. But can you say with few words what are your perspective about the future? What are you planning uh, other than participating and organizing these retreats? How you think your business will grow in the future? What will be your main products? What will be main focus at the moment? I see that you are mostly uh, business consulting and providing services to other businesses. Are you planning to transition to more educational or other kind of business? How do you see yourself in probably in few years? This is questions that
I
can be
My
answered.
vision right now is like I'm looking for and I'm working right now in setting up an ecosystem of products where what would happen is, because I know people even from my own background, people even from, who are starting up, who are literally newbies, who cannot maybe invest as much as I would charge when I'm coaching one on one, or when I'm doing DIY services for them. So I'm looking forward, and I am right now at this exact moment working on building my product ecosystem where it would have products, maybe courses, maybe quick programs, which would be say something around 6 week group programs, or it's a 6 week one-on-one program, a combination of different products where
Yeah,
they can choose as per their budget how they want to work with me. And I would make sure in some way or the other, it's not just they get some videos from me, but they would have some or the other way with me, sometime where they would get some personalized feedback from me as well. Because I believe one thing, it's not that once I create a video and I share it out, it would be implemented for every person. Every person would have some or the other different ways in which they would implement it. So they would have their own specific set of questions, they would have their own, maybe limitations to try it out, which they would want to ask questions around, and then maybe they would try it out. Because I remember when I tried out different things in my business, I had many questions, I had many, loopholes that made me go circles and circles. And then I would come back to the same point and then think, okay, then what did I do? Analyze it and then try to find a different way out. So instead of they wasting that much time, I would look forward to give them that, booster, so that they save that time which invested in those, circles or loopholes when I was starting out. So I'm working on that product ecosystem. And apart from that product ecosystem, I would always have my, one-on-one coaching programs, and I would work, and I would always have, in-person workshops or in-person meetups is also what I'm looking forward to work on. Because I've done workshops, I haven't ever done meetups, like me maybe, having dedicated a certain time slot and me just being present in a cafe where people could hop in and we could have some conversations about their work, or I would have
yeah,
a certain group of people hop in with a certain specific question which they have, and we would have a conversation around that, which might be a certain team from a certain company or a certain startup. They are looking forward to work on it. So that is also something I am looking forward to start with. And apart from that, just enjoy the life.
Yeah, actually, you are going to create a value ladder where there will be something for
Something for
everyone
everyone.
who wants
Yeah.
to
We said it
interact and
even
work
at the
with you.
exact same time. We both said it exactly at the same time. Something for everyone.
And you will have personal touch in every product, because this is crucial. Even if it's small, even
Yep.
if it's a one-time call, if there is personal touch, it's increase uh, the strength of the product itself.
Yeah.
And
It's really fascinating if you offer someone maybe a course. And even if you, after they complete the course, give them maybe a 20-minute call, just a one time 20-minute call, that could help them a lot. And in 20 minutes, if you give them the directions, what they need to come up with, and you have a certain idea about them. Where I always do this, whenever or before I would hop on a call with anyone related to either working or related to be going forward towards a certain decision, I would send them a certain questionnaire which they have to answer. So I have an idea of who they are, what's their background, where they're moving towards. So even I go with a certain direction in the call, and they come to the call with a certain direction where they have their
yeah.
questions prepared, and it's really to the point. In 20 minutes, you can still have a lot many questions answered, and that helps them, which makes totally sense as well. And plus, it gives them far more edge to actually make it work. So
But one thing that I can suggest you is to
yes,
have one flagship program that will be the most well presented and the perceived value for everybody. And even if not everyone is meant to join into this program, which will be more higher value product, when they see this value, they will better perceive the low end product, and will have more
I
interest
plan to
if they
have a
can
member.
join. Yeah,
I plan to have, like you said, with this in my mind, I plan to have a mastermind where I would have, I think, 2 or 3 ladders based on the budget what someone could go for. So there would be 3 or 2 specific ladders of how much they would need to invest in for a certain ladder and what perks they would get and how it would help them out. So obviously the VIPs, the most high-end one would get the most benefits, but even the entry level ones would have a quite handsome benefit which they could benefit from. So I have that in mind, and I think I'm gonna take it slowly ahead because sometimes even I feel that I'm too high ambitious, but then I would
actually,
work it out.
actually very high ambitious girl, because this is really something big that you are aiming and topic into the future. And I can predict that a year from now you will have much greater, much bigger business, and something that
Thank
probably
you.
you are still not aware of. But at some point you will have a team, because you can't do
Yes,
these
I
great dreams
right
without a
now
team.
right now I just have a team of around 3 to 4 people, out of which 3 are always there on board. One we have back and forth depending upon if we have or not the work. But I plan to have a team of people who were even for done for use, where I would train them, and then I would actually help my clients not just strategize their social media, but we would create really specific contents, campaigns, and stuff like that. So something like an agency, but me as a personal brand being the face of that agency. So that's gonna be the most high end product or the most premium product I would offer. But that's right now long way. So I don't have it in my mind yet. I have that as a vision, and it will happen someday. But I don't know. I haven't set a time frame for that product when
Yeah.
that will happen. So let's see.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it will take a lot of time to figure out everything, but in long term, having a sustainable business includes that your team can deliver a big part of the value you have in
Yeah.
your company, and you become only the leader and showing the direction of the business. But on the other hand, I don't think that the agency model is perfect because this case you have lower margins. You have to do all the work for
No, I
your
would
clients.
personalize it. I won't exactly
Yeah,
go with it. I would come with some rebellious way. I'm definitely sure about that because right now it's just an idea. But I always, when I work on certain or any ideas, I come up with my own rebellious ways to make it work for me. So even I'm curious and looking forward to see how I would make it happen for me. So let's
yeah.
see.
It will be very interesting journey, and I hope
Yep,
we will be both and helping each other and seeing
indeed.
what
I
we
love
can.
growing
Yeah,
together. So I'm always up for collaborations. I'm always looking forward how we can actually, grow together and not just have our own business grow, but also have other businesses grow with us,
yeah,
because then it becomes much more fun. I don't love, even when I'm traveling, I don't love traveling alone. So
yeah,
even for me, for traveling, at least I would have my partner, which is my husband. But then when it comes to we taking our business travel journeys ahead, which is towards our growth and profit and stuff, yes, I want to grow ahead with people who I trust and I believe in and I see connecting with me.
yeah.
Definitely.
Actually, there is a lot of room for collaborations. I still also don't think of all the possibilities, but I'm sure there are a lot of possibilities to
Yes, indeed.
collaborate in the future and to increase values in. We are doing separate businesses, but we can help each other in many
Yes,
different directions. And it's great,
definitely.
always great to see that there is somebody one step ahead, and this is a big motivation for me as well to grow my communities and online presence when I see how you are doing your stuff and how successfully you are managing your community. So we will stay
Thank
together for
you.
the long run.
Yes, yes.
And,
For the long term and long run.
yeah, actually, this is the way the business should be done because many people are talking fast money, fast cash. But
I
if you try
it's
making
like
a
if you
lunch,
aim fast money, it's gonna come quick, but it's even gonna stop quickly. So if you want it for long run, just to work it out the way it should. Be patient, invest, strategize, work, analyze, improvise, and you would have things running your way. Simple.
actually, I know many people who are chasing fast money and they are literally burning their audiences. They are flooding their audiences with crap, and then these audiences disappear, and they have to start other audiences to flood,
Yeah,
and this is totally
which makes no
unsustainable.
sense.
Yeah,
Yep, which
it
makes no
can make you
sense.
some more money in the short term, but in the long term, this is not the way
Right way.
we like to do
But
business.
we should not say the right way, but yeah, that's not the way.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you very much, Sushmita, for this nice interview, and I hope we will see each other uh, often in the future.
Sometimes,
And
yes,
I'm sure this will be quite interesting for our audiences as well.
yes,
So
fingers crossed.
after successfully recording it, we can share it in our channels. Thank
Yep,
you very much and have a
yes.
nice evening and
You
see you
too.
soon.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye.